The movement in this game just feels so nice. It's the way Mario moves, it just feels so clean and natural. This game originally came out in 1990, meaning that it's nearly 34 years old, and to this day it still holds up really well. Super Mario World is not just regarded as one of the best platforming games of all time, but one of the best games ever. Everywhere you go it has absolutely overwhelming reviews, except for IGN who gave it an 8. There's not necessarily one way to always play a level. For example, there are these little outline blocks all around the game, but when you go up to the P-switch level in the first world and get like a bajillion coins, and then press the P-switch, it actually releases a load of blocks around the entire game and eventually fills all of these holes in. It's these little attention to details that just make this game so great. Super Mario World is a game which just feels so nice to play whilst holding a SNES controller in your hand. I mean, the SNES hardware in itself is incredible. Like, yeah, it is a great console with great games on, but Super Mario World is one that just shines above the rest. So this game was the debut of Yoshi, and can we talk about how absolutely OP he is in this game? Like, for example, he counts as a free hit to all enemies, and even then you can just run after him and get back on him. And you can even sacrifice him for the greater good, obviously. He can eat enemies and turn them into fireballs for some reason, or even eat the Monty Moles before they appear on the screen. It's safe to say he's a pretty good addition to this game. So from my experience, Super Mario World has one of the best soundtracks of any Super Nintendo game. You know what, just take a listen and you'll see what I'm talking about. The music in this game not only sound great, and they perfectly reflect what's happening in the game. Koji Kondo, you are a beautiful man. So this game definitely has one of the more interesting Bowser fights, especially in comparison to some of the previous games. Bowser starts flying around in his little clown car and he throws Mecha Koopas out of it. And in the second phase he turns upside down and a big black ball thing falls out of him. And in the final phase he's bouncing around the place and it is actually quite scary. And then in between each of these phases, Bowser flies away and then zooms back in. And this is a really cool effect for the Super Nintendo hardware. Oh, and Peach throws you power-ups every now and then, which I think is pretty cool. So upon beating the game, you get access to this place called the Star World. This gives you 5 new levels, as well as a portal to all the previous worlds in the game. And then after that, you get access to another place called Star Road, which has 8 new levels. You can't take Yoshi into the ghost houses. Is there actually any good reason for this? So in this game you can replay pretty much every level, except the castle ones. Why? I want to replay these. So when you press the Y button to tell Yoshi to use his tongue thing, Mario actually punches Yoshi in the head. Just take a moment to think about how messed up that is. So in Japan, this game is called Super Mario Bros. 4 Super Mario World. Not only is that an obnoxiously long title, it's also technically not the 4th one in the series. Is there actually any good reason why Goombas were replaced with Galoombas? Like, yeah, they're the same thing, but they're just worse. Why is the naming scheme in this game just so weird? I mean, you've got Donut Plains, which is definitely not made out of donuts. Vanilla Dome, which most certainly has no relation to vanilla. There's Butter Bridge, and there's literally no butter in sight. And there's Chocolate Island, which, you know, I'll give them because it does kind of look like chocolate, but my point still stands. So compared to Mario 3, the power-up lineup is just so dry. I mean, you've got the Super Mushroom, the Fire Flower, the Cape Feather, the Superstar, and the P-Balloon, and that's pretty much it. Mario 3 had a much better lineup. I mean, you had the Super Leaf, Tanuki Suit, Frog Suit, Hammer Suit, and the little shoe thing. Okay, these castle boss fights are an absolute joke. They're just way too easy. In the Forest of Illusion, if you don't find the hidden secret exit, you're basically stuck there for all of eternity. Water levels. Okay, so that's pretty much everything that I have to say about Super Mario World. I mean, as a whole, yes, it is a very, very good game and definitely deserves the title as one of the best games of all time. It is an absolute classic and still holds up very, very well to this day. But why was this level called Butter Bridge?
It's not butter.